Okay, when they pick a pastor, they're looking for somebody that will feed their need. They're looking for somebody that agrees with what their teachings are. They're looking for most likely a good-looking man, a well-spoken man, a well-educated man. They're looking for somebody that will pamper the church, will baby the church. And they call that, I am a minister with shepherd's heart. That's a devil's heart to pamper people. Not a shepherd's heart, a devil's heart to pamper people. God says, stand up on your own 2 feet and be a man or a woman of God. They look for somebody that fits the mold. Their mold. Everybody has their own reason why they want a certain person. Some of them that person has to speak in tongues. So this is what people look for. So I kind of told you, for me, I talk too loud, I look too weird, and I just don't fit their mold. I was told that. I'd like you to preach in my church, but you just don't fit here. Praise the Lord that I don't fit nowhere. Praise the Lord. But I fit here because God placed me here with people that are hungry for God. Now, the thing that you need to do to have, you see, denomination wants to give you a license to preach. And they have to approve of you. And everybody, listen, you go to be a minister. Okay, the pen comes out and the pencil come out, and okay, where have you been? Where did you preach before? Who ordained you? Who agreed for you? Give me the name of the church and everybody. So man phones man to find out and gossip if this person would fit their organization. And if the one talking on the other phone says no, well, what do you think is going to happen? The answer is no. It's that simple. It's men in the flesh that are looking with their fleshly eyes, with their fleshly idea, and picks men. It's done in every denomination. But I'm going to tell you today what a pastor's job is. To give you more knowledge so you do not get caught by cults, by a cult, by false doctrine. If you don't know nothing, you will get caught by people that speaks great swelling words. But if you know the scriptures, it's going to be a different story. Let me tell you. If the word has been hidden in your heart about God's kingdom and God's plan, you will know the person is in the ditch. My reward for preaching is in heaven. If you pay me, Denis, to preach, I've received my reward. Is that clear? If all of you pay me for preaching the gospel, I've received I'm getting paid. What am I complaining about? That's why in John 10:10, a person is called a hireling. And the things that I told you to look, when the churches that ordains and calls a pastor, and they check him out, and after he fits their credential because he filled out a resume, then what do I hear? We've hired a pastor. Not one apostle or disciples were hired to preach. Paul made a statement. He says, I have never coveted any man's money. So if I preach for money, Philip, you better And I'm going to watch how much you put in that bag that looks like a Christmas tree over there. You see? Because I look after myself. You're paying me. And if you pay me, you can tell me what to preach. You can tell me what you don't like, and I'm going to rub your back. And what's dangerous is when you see, you know, this is not right. One-on-one, they turn around and say, you know, me too, I think that's not right. How much? And they live totally a different life. Talk about, me, I don't know how to be a hypocrite like that. To believe something and say something else, I don't know how to be a phony like that. What I feel, I'm going to tell you. What is right, I'm going to tell you. I'm not saying I know everything, and I'm right on everything, but what I know to be right, I'm going to let you know. I will not beat around the bush. God tells us how to pick a pastor. No, we do it ourselves, and it's our will, our law, but we pray, Lord, send me a pastor, but listen, it'll be my decision, not yours. And you know I'm telling you the truth. I don't mean to offend anybody, but the other church, do you think they go to the Catholic Church to ask who should be the next pastor? Do you think they go to the Pentecostal? Do you think they come to me? No. They'll go, they'll have meetings among themselves, and they will choose who the best one to. And this is, the whole world does that. The Pentecostal does that. Never mind people, other people that you really believe they love God, do stuff like that. Paul says, and Peter said, am I going to please man? Am I going to obey man? I don't think so. So he gave, what the heck did he give those pastors for? To cut. Instead of them feeding you, you're feeding them with money. And God says, feed my sheep. But that's not the way it is. They all get the wages. So you're feeding them. They got their reward. They might as well collect as much as they can. God's saying to you, children, the reason he sends pastor is that you will not be tossed to and fro by their cutting gimmicks to snare you and get you out of the plan of God. That's the reason those people are sent for you. And if people behind the pulpit cannot preach like that, they are failing to do what God has called them for. Their churches has to grow. When the church does not grow, go behind the pulpit and look at that Pharisee that's behind there. And there's your answer. Listen to a person for an hour and you know what he's all about. Turn the TV on early in the morning and you'll find out what it's all about. While they promise you liberty, you're okay. I'll protect you. You're okay. They themselves are the servants of corruption. My job as a pastor, the reason that God gave me to you, you know what I am to you? Nothing but a slave. You got something wrong. Something wrong with you. What do? I try and come and see you. I try and talk to you. So who's serving who here? When somebody's going through a hard time, I want to go and see if I can help them. Doesn't matter how tired I am. Who's a slave? Me. Who's the servant? Me. I'm not above you. I'm to serve you and to help you. And I want to do that and be faithful until Christ comes back.